Hey everyone, I'm back again with another Nubia Pad 3D video. This time I'm going to be showing you really quickly some of the 3D demos that are built right into this tablet because they're pretty cool and a little bit simple, but in a way they showcase what's possible once developers really get on board, and once you have a lot of people building content for a 3D ecosystem, what sorts of things we might be seeing come in the not too distant future. And I think it's really exciting. So let's take a look at what Leia has prepared just to showcase some of these things. And by Leia, I mean Leia Inc., the company that actually developed all this technology and created this display and tablet in the first place. So the very first thing I want to show you is a video that exists in the media folder of Leia Player. So this app comes with the whole Leia app ecosystem. One of those apps is this one right here, Leia Player, and it's a media player. So this is where all your camera photos are stored and where media file downloads will be stored when you want to view them in 3D. So you open up Leia Player and then it'll bring up your media folder. So these are photos that I've downloaded. In here you have this, like, starting with this photo with the glasses, this is like a default selection of photos that Leia has loaded onto this media player. So whoever buys this tablet will all have these photos essentially pre-installed. And they look really nice in 3D, like it's beautiful quality 3D. This one is AI art that was converted into 3D. So this wasn't created in 3D. It was a 2D photo that has been automatically preloaded in 3D because Leia has converted it themselves, and it looks very cool. I mean, it almost looks like it was created for 3D. And here is an example of a photo that was taken, I think, with the Lume Pad too, and it looks very clear and beautiful. And then another AI art 3D conversion. It also looks gorgeous on this tablet. Some dragons battling on this landscape looks pretty cool. And then the way the light beams are shining here across this person's foot, you know, these photos look beautiful in 3D. And there actually aren't that many. Like, here's already the bottom of the list. So I could swipe through all of these really quick just so you can see them. Cats, statue, little microorganism thing, another statue image, a 3D conversion, person. This one does not display correctly on my tablet. So if you look at this, it's going to give you a huge headache for some reason. I don't know what's going on with this. Leia should take a look at this and just reformat it, because I've seen this picture before on the original Lume Pad. It looks really cool. It's not displaying properly on this one. I don't know if you can tell, but it's messed up. Another AI conversion, this one too, flower, winter scene. These AI converted photos look awesome in 3D. I've been here before. This is like the Imperial Palace in Japan. There's a moat around it, and I've stood right here. So this photo was taken in 3D, probably on the Lume Pad too, and it looks very good. It's very clear and stable in 3D. If you move your head around or move the tablet around, the whole photo stays very stable. So these are all the photos, but there's also a preloaded video, which is what I really wanted to show you. So Leia prepared this video demo showing what different types of content could look like in 3D. Let's take a look. This opening Nubia 3D animation is really cool. This racing one looks alright, and then this is a little bit of footage of an actual demo that they have loaded onto this tablet. I'll show you in a little bit. But this one looks beautiful in 3D. And then these human models or food, shoes look really cool. Here's like something like what a game would look like. It's just showing like a game in 3D. And here's another demo that actually exists on this tablet. I'll play it in a minute. But this is the most mind-blowing one. It looks freaking real, and it's like in 3D. I mean, I know this is animated. This one too. The landscape, the amount of depth between the mountain peaks and the ones in the distance is unreal. Like, this looks real in 3D though, and some of the most impressive 3D footage I've ever seen. And then here's a little animation that Nubia has created, I think, for this tablet, and it looks very beautiful. That butterfly flies right off the screen, and you can see the different layers in this display stack or set of display technology. But I love that demo video. It is really cool. And I'm just going to hop back one more time to the scenes that I thought are the most impressive, like this one. Just crazy how real this looks, even though you can tell that this guy is animated or like CGI, it's not a real person, but the amount of detail and realism and the fact that it's in 3D is shockingly like realistic. And then this too. incredible depth. I mean, this cloud is floating off the screen, and then the distance between each set of mountains is huge, but each layer and level of depth is perfectly clear. It looks very realistic. These scenes take the level of like beauty of these natural landscapes and things up more than a whole nother level when you view it in 3D. It's really breathtaking. Next, I want to show you a couple game demos that can be viewed on this, but those apps are not installed by default. You have to go to the Leia App Store first. Leia has their own app store for all the different 3D apps that are available now, their own and created by others, and the ones that will be released in the future can all be found here. And they have, you know, examples of their different 3D apps up here at the top, games and things like that, but the one I want to show you right now is this CyberCop demo right here. So if you scroll down to the bottom when you get your tablet, you can find editor's choices, and one of them is this CyberCop demo of a game that was in that demo video just now that Leia has prepared. It's free to install, so you just click install, and it's not that large of a file or game, so it should only just take a couple moments to download. Depending on how fast your internet connection is, you can see the pace that mine is downloading at right here. It's already like halfway done. Once it finishes downloading, you can just open it up directly from this page. Just click open, and it's already started. It's in 3D, and it looks very cool. It's got awesome depth. This character is popping off the screen, and the CyberCop text is like diagonal, so the C is coming out of the screen, but the P at the end is kind of in the screen because it's just showing off the level of depth here. And then this, yeah, this opening thing as a whole looks really cool. It's not like VR 180, so you're not going to see different angles if you move the tablet around, but it does remain stable, and it's viewable in 3D from any of these angles that I'm looking at with the tablet. Touch to start the game. So let's do that and give it a try. I'll just give my thoughts as I play through this. So there was a little pop-up menu that showed text. The text was clear and it is floating above the screen. Same with these icons like this ammunition thing and health bar thing. And then you can see stuff flying around on the screen at like a mid-level of depth, and then the buildings way in the background are further into the screen. And then this character is hovering slightly off the screen, maybe not quite as far as these icons up here, but it's got this overall sense of depth that's really nice. And to walk, you just use your left thumb to move the character like this. So it's like a tablet game demo, and the controls feel, you know, pretty simple, easy. You can just move your character around like this. And then with your right thumb, you can move the view around. So I can look up and around and see like these neon lights and different buildings. You can look all the way behind you too, so at the very start of the level. So you can look in any direction just by moving around with your thumb. So it's like a normal third-person shooter type of thing where you control with your left and right thumb. And then when you get close to a target, it auto-locks on like this. And then to shoot, you just tap this ammunition button right here. You just tap it, and it'll fire your weapon and destroy the target. These little machines flying around in the air are not like targetable, so you just navigate down the street and enjoy the 3D effect of everything, and then these enemies will come at you and it auto locks onto them, and you just tap the ammunition thing on the right hand side here to shoot. And I think that's my health at the top. It tells you which waves you've cleared as you progress, so all you have to do is move your way down this street and lock onto each enemy. You just sort of aim at them with the cursor, with your reticle, and then it'll auto lock on, and then you just tap the ammunition button as it pops up to shoot and destroy the enemies. That's pretty much it. Now, there are certain objects that do not stay in 100% good focus, like there's a little bit of ghosting or artifacts that show up as I'm playing. If I get way close to this pillar, for example, this light post, it's not like comfortable to look at because it pops way too far off the screen and then it turns into like a double image. But to be honest, that's what happens to us in real life. If you hold up your finger right in front of your face, you're going to get a double image. So in a way, it's more realistic to, you know, it's a realistic thing for that to happen, but it's still not comfortable to look at. So you don't want to like stand in front of something too close. And then right here too, this lamppost, I can see kind of like this middle white part is blurring a little bit to the left and the right. So the 3D effect probably depends on the game and how well it's like optimized for viewing on this tablet. It might not all look perfect, but it does look very nice, and I would say this is comfortable and it feels cool to play in 3D. So this is the whole game. You just continue walking down this street until you've found and defeated all the targets like this. They don't really do much damage to you. It's pretty hard to lose at this game. And I think there's only like 5 sections or something. I just cleared number 4. They fire their lasers at you, and the laser effect looks really cool. And that's it. So once you beat this little game demo, it brings you right back to the starting screen, and you can just do it all over again. That's a pretty cool tech demo. I think it shows off the 3D effect nicely, and it's exciting to me to play that and then to think about like how much better games will look when a real developer puts a lot of effort into making it look cool on this 3D display. I think the sky's the limit. It's going to be amazing. You can rate apps in this store. I will go ahead and leave a rating later on. You know, I liked it. I enjoyed the demo for what it is, so I will make sure to let Leia know that. The second app that I want to show you that is also available for free to download can be found in the Explore section, I think. If you go to Explore and then scroll down towards the bottom, there's this app called Dungeon, a visual demo. And this one is different. It's worth downloading because it's got something special about it that was not present in the demo that I just showed you. I've not installed it, so I'm going to install it right now. Basically, what I mean is that unlike the game that I just showed you, with this demo, you can view the game from different angles. So if I'm holding the tablet like this, you'll see in a moment, the actual angle of things that you can see will change depending on your head position. So it's more like real life. Like if I set this tablet here and this box here, the angle that I see these objects at totally depends on and changes depending on the position of my own head. And that's how this game functions. So it's really cool because that means that this display itself is technically capable of delivering that type of in-game experience, and all developers have to do is make their game utilizing that feature. So you could look at like a fighting game, a side-scrolling game, a third-person shooter, anything, and have multiple angles that you could view it from, like a true angle viewing experience, which is not something that I've seen in any game before, 2D or 3D. Outside of VR. It's finished downloading. I'm going to open it up directly from this install page. Now, because of what I just said, it's going to ask you to allow this app to use the camera. And I'm going to say, not only this time, I'm going to say while using the app, because I want it to be able to look at track my head every time, so it can do what I just said. And you get this opening animation screen, and this alone looks just stunning in terms of the level of depth and how these 3D objects and environments look, the light beams coming down, and then this icon. I love how it's floating right off the screen, but it still looks like it's in crystal clear 3D. You tap and it loads the game. You'll be able to see, I think, that when I move my head, the view of the walls changes. So like when I'm leaning to this side, more of this wall is visible, and when I lean to this side, when I move to this side, you can see more of this wall. So the actual angle that you're viewing these objects at changes as if it's real. Like, it's as if this was like a board game or a diorama or something right in front of you and you were looking at it from different angles. That's how it really looks when you look at it in 3D. So it's super cool. Controls are similar as the one I just showed you. You basically just use your left thumb to move your character around. You just point them in the direction you want to go, and then the tapping with the right thumb will make your character swing their sword. And you just swing your sword to take down these little knights or characters wearing armor or zombies, whatever they are, skeletons maybe. And you navigate through this beautiful labyrinth. There's cool particle effects in the air, so as you're moving through, you can enjoy like the light beams coming right out of the screen, and then these light particles floating in the air that show off the different levels of depth. I mean, and then just the lighting of the environment itself looks very pretty. And again, my favorite thing about this by far is just the fact that the 3D changes angles depending on how I move my head, and it feels so natural and not something that I've experienced in any other game before. So it's kind of just like a hack and slash game. You walk around, these enemies regenerate if you stay in place too long. There's little potions you can pick up to regenerate your health. And then I'm not sure how the game ends. You kind of just navigate through this labyrinth. Here's like a chest with more enemies surrounding it. But the view will also change. I don't have to just move my head. If I move the tablet like this, you can see like the angles of the objects and the walls are changing, right? So it's really cool and easy to use. You can play by moving your head or moving the tablet itself to get different views. And these enemies appear to just keep coming back non-stop. How do I open this chest? Oh, it says find the key, so I can't open this chest without a key. And here I am back at the beginning. So I'm not going to play through this whole game. I'm not sure if there's a true finish. It's probably like the other one where you just get to a certain point and it says demo finished, and that's it. Seeing fully developed games take advantage of this technology in future is going to be unbelievable, like absolutely stunning. If you played the 3DS and you thought it was good, or the new 3DS, well, imagine that, but with real true viewing angles in like HD, high quality resolution, in much higher resolution on a gorgeous large 12+ inch display. That's what you'll be getting with the Nubia Pad 3D, and I think we're going to be seeing games developed in the years to come that take advantage of all that. And I take it back what I just said. This opening cinematic thing actually does change angles when you move the tablet, at least. So you can probably see that this viewing angle is totally changing depending on, you know, how I tilt the tablet. So this is just a stunning tech demo for this tablet, and I cannot wait to see games actually developed that allow you to experience the game in this way. Super cool. So that's it in terms of the stuff that Leia and Nubia have preloaded onto the tablet or in the App Store available as demos. There's a lot of other fully functional apps that are either made by Leia or other companies that are available to download right from the beginning. And I'm going to be introducing all of that in future videos as I cover more and more about the Nubia Pad 3D. I'm having a blast with this tablet. I think you would all love it too. I just want to show you all the different things it can do and why each and every app is so special and so good already, and what there is to look forward to. Now, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.